Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Electra. I am your autistic tarot card reader for today. I'm going to do a little reading for you. So I'm just going to pick a card from here. Before I start, I quickly want to say I've been given from Spirit the name of, I don't know if this is a little girl or it was a little animal, but it was called Chanel. And I hope that means something for somebody out there. Chanel. And it's someone who was either named Chanel that passed away or was a little animal that was Chanel. I can't get exactly which one it is properly because it's a very pure, innocent spirit, very light, very gentle, and very loving. Actually, I think it was a little white dog. It was like a little white, the little white fluffy dogs, the little tiny Maltese terrier called Chanel. So I hope that means something to somebody. But Chanel, a little white Maltese terrier. Okay, so I'm just going to start off by doing this card, Beauty. So someone is trying to put a lot of their love energy into themselves and goodness and kindness into their heart. Someone has gone out of their way to do something very beautiful and loving for somebody. And there's much joy around this situation. Someone is either going to get married or is going to fall in love with somebody. There's a form of a new relationship. However, there's some sort of conflict. All I can say is there's some form of conflict before you get together, and which is hurts both of your hearts, and that's how you connect. And this comes from left field. This wasn't something that anyone was expecting, and from that becomes a partnership or a relationship. But it's someone who's very loving, very caring, someone who you feel you can spend time with. And I think the person is either someone who doesn't like having their shoes on all the time, so they don't like their feet being covered in shoes or socks, or they always like to take their footwear off. And I also get the opposite, someone who likes to always, they can't handle touching or standing or putting their feet on things because they can't handle the touch of the feeling of things on their feet. And so it's two people coming together. I don't know to what degree this swing is going to be where you actually both get together, but there is a little bit of conflict before you get together. So something brings you together from that confliction. I'm going to pick another card. So we have family, we have children, we have happiness, and it's about spending time with the people that you love, spending time with children and family, and realizing the friendship and the kindness and everything that you have around you. We also have that little white dog, confirmation that that little name was for someone who had a little white dog, a Maltese terrier called Chanel, that is coming to me. And it was a little, it used to like I see it used to like plastic bags and like shaking its head with little plastic bags and some sort of tie rope, a little rope thing that it would like shake its head at, like to bite things. It was a little puppy that passed over, but it was called Chanel. But also going into the reading of the humane side of things is we have someone who's making a friend, having friendship, and from that friendship and kindness there's love and there's family and there's community and there's a beautiful relationship that will bloom from things. Oh god, I get this card all the time. The goddess and beauty and looking after yourself and self-resilience and starting to look after and care for yourself and looking forward to your future and reaping the harvest of what you sowed. So there's something you've put a lot of energy into and you've helped something by it's not as in a situation where it's physical work or a physical business. This is a situation where you've put work into helping something that is more away from a work situation, but it will reap rewards from that, and that will reap rewards, but you get much pleasure and happiness out of that. There will be kindness and love, and there's fertility around that as well, and a lot of what you of reaping the oats and the seeds and the wheat, and of being more in an area of abundance, and more abundance coming into your situation in your life. Just going to give these another little mix around. And for those who don't know, who've not seen before, I can't shuffle. I do have autism, and I'm not great with fine motor movements. I never have been. So I'm not great at shuffling. Heart, mind and balance. You need to take time out for yourself. You need to take some time out. Someone is going on a holiday or going somewhere, but it's not like they're going to a holiday destination and they're staying in a hotel. Someone is going, but they're staying with somebody, or they're gone to see somebody, and it's at their house. And they didn't realize that they could possibly feel so comfortable and comforting, and be able to be out of the stress that they have in their mind and their head. So someone is going to somebody, I don't know, and I don't know, yes, I do know. I feel that the purpose wasn't intended for harmony, of feeling content and peace and happiness. It was to visit or to see somebody, but from that comes love. But also from that love, it could be self-love within yourself, not only an outside source, but self-love. But you are able to, for once in your life, able to start to stop all this fussiness in the head. And what I get in the head is like, think of like Nikola Tesla talks about frequency, vibration, and he talks, and think of Marconi and Hertz. Oh, Hertz. Sorry, hurt. I keep getting Hertz, the word Hertz, as in Hertz for some reason. That has to do with some form of engineering. That is for somebody in particular. I don't know exactly who that's for, but I get Hertz and to do with Hertz energy. I can't elaborate on that, but I hope if you can understand what that possibly means, please think in your mind about what it is, but Hertz for some reason. But I'm getting like Marconi, and also I'm getting like the radio and the receiving and things like that. And I'm getting to tuning in. And it's like, I feel, because I like Nikola, I've always loved Nikola Tesla. A lot of people never even knew who Nikola Tesla was until the car company had their motor named after Tesla's patent. But I'm getting a frequency. So this person has lots of ideas, thoughts, things comes into their heads, and the person's head is like an old radio. And when you would try to tune it in, you'd hear all this white noise, or this shh noise everywhere. And the shh noise that they would hear was like all these other thoughts and things and distributions of things going on. And they just couldn't get that channel to tune in, to relax, to get relaxation. Someone's going to be able to retrieve their own personal relaxation and tune themselves into naturally something that's beneficial and that will help them in their heart and mind and soul to actually be able to have a feeling of balance and harmony, and to stop that large amount of noise that is going on, to be able to at once start to feel a tiny bit of clarity, of clearness, and to be able to calm things down. Take another card from here. This comes from a visitation to someone's own personal house that was not intended to be for the purpose or reason of you to feel like you're not in stress, or you're not worried, or you're not got all these thoughts. This is just going to come out of nowhere from just talking to somebody. Oh, I always get this same person in my reading. Okay, I need to drop all my cards on the floor and give them a really good mix up. So someone's going to reap rewards of what they've sown. So someone's put a lot of effort into something, some organization, something, and they're going to get rewards back for that. And I see like little chickens, little birds, a little puppy dog. But I see ladders. Someone's going up and down a ladder. But someone is purchasing a house. There's a house that will be purchased. And the house is going to be purchased in a place they never thought they would ever live. And it's somewhere where they feel they have land and greenery, and it's so different to anywhere they've ever lived before. And they're able to feel a contentment and to feel that noise that keeps going on, like the tuning in to the radio, the right channel. They're able to tune in to themselves and have a lot of that white noise go away. But they're down to, like what Elvis used to say, taking care of business and getting down to business. They're taking care of their own business, yes, but this person is able to start to feel like they can live rather than their purpose being that they have to work. They're able to feel like they can live and enjoy nature and actually enjoy things. Last card, meditation. Meditation is a really, really hard thing for people to do, because it's using the mind, the body, soul connection, using breath. And breathing is one of the most amazing things we all do. And it's learning to use it in a way that it calms you down, not keeps you busy. And the more, sometimes when people have anxiety attacks, a large majority of the time they're thinking about things they don't even realize they are. They start taking short, sharp little breaths, and they're not taking deep breaths. And these short, sharp little breaths start heightening everything in their body. Their body gets on an area of primitive area of survival mode, and it's focusing on survival mode all the time. So it's learning to meditate is one of the most hardest things for people to be able to achieve. But it's meditating and learning to calm your mind and your soul down and having peacefulness within your heart. I'm just going to pick one card from my other pack. Not great for shuffling at all. Yes. Reaping what you sow. You put a lot of work into things that you do. You put a lot of work into business, a lot of work into friendships, a lot of work into things. I don't think you put enough work into understanding relationships. And that's the crux of a crux. Is that even a word? I don't know. That is, well, I make it a word for my vocabulary of your problems, is learning to understand how relationships flow and work together, and how they compromise together, and how you can work together in a partnership with your partner, the person that you love, the person that is there. And if there's not somebody there, I feel there is somebody coming, and it's not far away. It's not very far away at all. And I feel that person is going to learn to balance, to understand relationships in a more sort of readable context of a way than naturally having the ability of having relationships. And sometimes that helps people to understand things differently that they didn't understand before, and it puts them in the area of being able to understand the purpose of love. Love is not hurting, harming, being unkind and things. However, there's sometimes when we don't say things not to hurt somebody, that we're trying to do it through love, through not wanting to hurt or bring something up. Love is a very contextual word with many different meanings and different variables and understandings. And it's trying to put the right context into that helps you in your relationship with your children, your family, and the person who's your significant other, the person that you love. And it's being loyal and kind and truthful to that person you're with. And if you want other people, be truthful and tell that person, because they could be wasting their time with you. when they could be with somebody else if they're meant to meet somebody else, or not wanting to be with someone who's just not being rude but dicking them around. More of that word is sort of like the word stuffing someone around, like not giving them the full content. So treat people how you want to be treated, and if you want other relationships, tell that person. Don't just go and do them behind closed doors. Don't do them in, you know, somewhere where you think no one will ever see again, and you don't have to defer that, because God is always watching, believe it or not. But God is always watching. Energy is always there. Honesty and truth, the energies of life itself is there. Even if you don't believe in the God purpose, it will come back to you somehow. So try to always be a good person, an honest person, kind, loving, faithful, and loyal, and always try and do the right thing for you and yourself. One last card. Someone's going on a destination, someone's traveling, but they have purpose. But they need to also make purpose for themselves, and make purpose in being good in who they are, content in who they are, and loving themselves and loving their relationship that they're in. It's very important. But take time out to relax and enjoy as well. My name's Electra. If you're a Sai Baba devotee, Sai Ram. And I hope you have a lovely day today. I hope there's kindness, love, and joy in your heart. And remember, you don't know what anyone in this world is going through. We don't know what anyone is privately going through behind closed doors that we are unaware of. So try to be kind and caring, and try, even with our words, like even when I make a comment about something, I try really hard to be honest and truthful, because I'm a bit too truthful. But I try and go over things again and again, so I'm not hurting or harming, because I'm not deliberately wanting to hurt or harm somebody ever. It's just not my intention to. I don't want to do things like that. But always try and be the best version of yourself. And remember, give people a chance, because they might prove you to be wrong with thoughts or judgments that you preconceive about them. Have a lovely day. God bless.